ear holes are pretty safe. Not these days. Not with Zoomer girls. Are you crazy? Our favorite Hispanic far right commentator, Nicholas J. Fuentes, is in some new hot water, everyone. Things are not going super well for him at the moment. Because after the whole, Kanye West thing and his whole Jewish arc or anti-Jewish arc, things have started to get a little weird for Nick. He started to get a lot of the attention that he wanted, but the big problem is that a lot of the attention that he's got is not good attention. And so he's realized that there may indeed be a problem with having your brand completely around, well, what you believe when you're a literal Nazi. Okay? So because of that, Nick the other day went onto his Telegram to talk about how that makes him feel. And I gotta tell you, this is absolutely hilarious, okay? Take a look at this. What a coincidence that after 6 years, the skinheads suddenly reappear for the first time since Charlottesville. Crazy. They reassemble this constellation of skinhead groups, Goyim TV, Patriot Front, so-called Blood Tribe, another wave of false flag skinhead activism. Ah, yes. Everybody I don't like is a Fed. Everybody I don't like is a 3-letter agent looking to take me down. Because definitely simply being a Nazi cannot possibly provide you with bad press. It has to be the Feds trying to take me down. It can't be that Nazism is just really close to you being simply insane and mentally unwell in every regard. They're trying to stop us by the police just pretending to be skinheads, but they're not really. Real skinheads are really cool, actually. Crazy how that works. I have nothing to do with that freak show. I'm totally against politics motivated by rage, grievance, and resentment. Our movement is motivated by the righteous love of God. That whole scene is gross and low IQ, and most likely inorganic. Makes me want to tone down the Hitler thing going forward. You already know you're off to a bad start when you have to start the sentence with, I think I need to tone down the Hitler thing. Guys, can you imagine this? Well-known neo-Nazi, Nicholas J. Fuentes, says that being near Kanye West and his whole thing is bad publicity. Yeah, the Hitler particle has indeed been detected. We can smell it. We can sense it. It's in the air. It is vaporized and it's floating around. Do not breathe. Listen. He's not saying that like the Hitler was like bad. Just so you know, okay? The only thing that separates, like, there's some people who are going to be like, I can't believe you would call Nick a Nazi, blah, 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 all that weirdo liberal shit like that. Listen, the only thing that separates Nick Fuentes from like literally just being like Hitler lover 1488 and him using that as all of his tags is simply because the Nazis were not very religious. That's the only difference between that's the only real difference between the two, is that Fuentes loves to use the veneer of religiosity to push his agenda, and the Nazis simply didn't. And so that's his like main problem with the Nazis. If you like everything else, he's like on board with. But like he's like, sure, okay. They had it coming, but he's not Catholic enough for me. So I can't really support them. Crazy how that works out. It's funny and edgy, and there's an important point within there. Wow, crazy. But you see, that kind of messaging attracts the connotation. The focus should be on Jesus. Maybe that's conceding too much. I don't know. Maybe not doing the Hitler thing is conceding too much. Guys, he's really in a rock and a hard place with his business. He doesn't know where to go. The whole Hitler thing, it's hilarious. But like, man, the branding's really taking a hit. I'm so sad for Nick, you know? Normie liberals hate him, obviously. Or they're like, he's so well. Actually, my bad. I can't say that. Normally liberals are like, this guy's so cool and interesting. Let's have him on. People who are a bit smarter than that hate him, which is like most people. People on the right hate him because they think he's gay, and that's kind of like the only reason is that he's bad optics and he's gay, and that's why they typically don't like him. But yeah, I mean, like, hey, remember that video that we did? This would be a great callback to the video that we did of those like Nazis all sitting around talking about how cringe he was, how they gossiped about how he like groomed a young boy from like his home in like Nebraska or something, and then shipped him out to Chicago to live in his basement and edit his Nazi streams for him because he said that was going to like serve the white race well. That's how he can serve the white race. And then he would have him come up from the basement and ask him to sit on his love sofa with him to watch Euphoria. And he was really intrigued by the gay scenes in there. He really loved replaying the gay scenes. And then after his relationship with the boy he groomed fell apart, he decided to go into his room with a black light and like stream himself going around to try and find cum flakes around his room, and to find out how much he masturbated to get like a good estimate on how many loads he drops while he's not watching. Yeah, the cum flake finder. The Kharkiv cum finder. This is real. Oh yeah, you can check it in the video that we did. I think we called it like Nazi incel civil war. The Nazis all sat around. They had a whole stream about how wacky it was. It is all real. Yes, this is all real. This is all real.
This meme is very real.
Then after all of that fell apart, he kicked them all out of his house, and now he's alone. Apparently, he was like a super diva, and what he would do would try to groom each one of them and separate them from each other, the people who he had working under him. And he was like, hey, that guy, he said he hates you. Can you imagine that? And then he'd go to the next guy and he'd be like, hey, did you hear that guy over there, he said he hates you? What? That's crazy. But I'll always be your friend. Man, did you see what that guy said over there? Man, I wouldn't, he told me this, that, and the third. And I was like, man, I stood up for you though. I really like you, unlike them. So make sure you stick with, hey man, did you hear what he said over, like, it's actually the most petty child, like, little schoolgirl type gossip that he would start in between everybody to separate themselves from each other. And one time they were all arguing, but they figured out that none of the stories lined up. And so they were like, wait, what? You didn't say that? And he was like, I didn't say that. Did you say that? And they were like, I didn't say that. And then everything fell apart and he was like, you guys gotta go. All of you gotta go. It was crazy. I hate him. He's so gay. That on top of him going on like an extended date with a Nazi cat boy who they may have had sex, but I'm not sure. That's unconfirmed. Them going to shake, what was it, like Steak and Shake together while the guy was in like cat ears, and them like having some fun and asking each other what their favorite dinosaurs were. And then him saying that he doesn't have a favorite dinosaur because he doesn't believe dinosaurs are real because the earth is only 2,000 years old. Absolutely crazy stuff. Did you hear what Aaron said? Crazy stuff. I stuck up for you though. Yeah, epic based Groiper. Nobody likes him anymore. His cash flows have almost all been cut. Still on the no flight list. It's just a sad life this little boy lives. I met a guy who tried to convince me that dinosaurs never existed. Well, after hearing about the stories of the men that you spend time with, honestly, this isn't surprising. Did you believe it? What do you think? Did he make a convincing case? No. It could have been cute if neither of them were Nazis. If listen, they look like they had a lot of fun together, right? Oh wait, didn't he also have like a gay squad? What were they called? Oh yeah, they were called the Sussy Squad, right? He had a group, his like higher ups, his like Privione Espada to his like Eisen. They were the Sussy Squad. Yeah, he called them the Sussy Squad. And they were like his like they were like his like number one confidants, his like right hands. And all of them together would like hold his power and then delegate options to the lower level like Goomba Groipers of his like Groiper army. And the one thing that also made him like fall apart with the other people is that I think one of them were alleged to be a trans woman, and that was like that was the last straw for a lot of them. That was the last straw for a lot of them. That, as well as when he said that he hates women and he does not want to have sex with any women because women are gross and icky, unlike boys. Boys are based and cool. He said he'd rather have sex with a monkey or a man than have sex with a woman because that's gay. Because women suck dick. You would do that? You would kiss a girl on the mouth, the same mouth she sucked dick with? She left the cum particles in there. That's why I never kiss girls. I only eat ass. It's the only way to know. It's the only way to know. To have, it's the highest. It's the highest likely hole to not have a dick in it. With your average girl, you have like the other two holes. You know, there's like a high likelihood there's been dick in there, but like the butthole for a lot of girls, like typically that one's still like porcelain. So you got to go straight to the source. Ear holes are pretty safe. Not these days. Not with Zoomer girls. Are you crazy? That's their favorite one. Shit particles over cum particles. Interesting play. Yeah, cum's gay. Dumbass. Yeah, girls shit rainbows anyways. And they don't fart. Like, you can kiss a girl and she can burp in your mouth, but like girls don't poop or fart. So the hole is, you know, listen. Okay, pause. Everyone's like, oh, what are you talking about? What are you talking? Listen. I've watched enough hentai to know those things are always like squeaky clean. You ever see those like X-ray hentais? It's always, it looks, it's porcelain in there, untouched. It's truly the well of youth. I'm an expert. I've done a lot of research. Literally the cleanest place on earth. If I had a girlfriend, that'd be the only place where I'd eat. If I'm gonna be honest with you, it's self-cleaning too. Like a cat licks itself. Not when I'm around. That's my job. Okay, I'm done. Oh, hey, Cross. Nice to see you. Yeah, bends over my girlfriend. Chili time. Anyways, back on topic. All of this was on topic, but back on more topics. Listen, what do you think the S in my name stands for? It's scaring the hoes. How do you think I got here in the first place? Please stop reminding me of the hot chip farting fantasies. Ooh, what do you mean, like the cake farting? We scaring hoes, boys. Scaring the hoes. Streaming on Spotify. Anyways, all of this tied together with Nick's new statement on. So Nick has, in his mind palace, in his big brain, he has come up with a new theory about women. Okay, well-known Fuentes is well known as the woman understander. Okay, and he has come up with a new woman theory. And I would like to show it to you all because I think that it's very interesting, and I think we need to talk about it. It's very interesting. He is the woman whisperer. All right. He knows. Listen, he's watched enough hentai to know what's going on. Okay. You wouldn't get it. He is the woman understander, and he has indeed logged on. He is well versed in woman lore. Viewers' discretion is advised. This is not going to be nice. As you may as well know, he is a literal Nazi trying to talk about women. So, you know, viewers' discretion is advised on this one. Okay. Anyways, also R word, as you may know.
I'm not surprised why women don't support me. Women are irrational and sensitive. It's just so like true. My whole life. Because I was always like the class clown. I was always like bullying women.
You sure are a clown.
And women.
Oh, is that how that worked out? Is that how he turned out this way? That was his Joker moment?
I was always like the class clown. I was always like bullying women. And nice one. Women have always been like simultaneously charmed, but also like, oh, stop it. Oh, you're so annoying. You know what I mean? That kind of thing.
No, so a lot of guys, they like to say this type of stuff. What happens is women like to do that, but it's not like it's not like in your mind you think it's like the cute, oh, she's playing with me. No, what she's trying to do is get away from you as soon as possible. What she's actually trying to do is escape you as soon as possible. Is it with the least amount of confrontation, because she thinks that you'll follow her home and kill her. So the least amount of friction to like break it off is the path that they'll take. That's why women keep saying that to you. That's why he's been single his entire life.
That's how women are with like with like my personality type, where you're like a rascal, you know, you're like a bastard.
He's a silly boy.
And they're kind of like, because I'm like a rule breaker and stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, what are those rules? The sexual assault rules? Are those the ones that you keep trying to break? Ah, crazy. Harassment? I'm a rule breaker. You know, the judge said I have to stay 500 feet. I was 300 away. I'm just a rule breaker. You know how it is. I'm a rascal. I'm a silly boy.
And so women simultaneously are intrigued by that, but they also have to pretend like they're not, because women, it's sort of like how a lot of women want to be raped. And when I say raped, I mean like, that sounds bad when I say it like that.
Ah, yeah, me saying something horribly disgusting sounds bad when I say it. It's crazy. It's literally crazy how that works out. Yeah, hello, police. Police, yep, this guy right here. Yep, we got him. Yeah, he's trying to fix his optics, guys. Don't listen, he's gonna amend his statement. He's trying to fix his optics. Optics are really important. Optics are super important.
But there's like a lot of women that really want a guy to beat the shit out of them. But also they have to pretend, but part of it is they have to pretend like they don't.
Yep. Absolute woman understander right there. Yeah, that's definitely a guy. Yeah, now, you know what? I think women are great. And they make a lot of good choices. The fact that this man has never been in a relationship, honestly, is a huge testament to how women will make good decisions if, like, given the opportunity to, usually. I think this speaks a lot to how based women actually are. That's insane how disgusting this did. I mean, like, what do you expect from a literal card-carrying Nazi? Gen Z, single, internet Nazi. Like, what do you really expect much from him, if I'm going to be completely honest with you? But at the same time, every time you hear him speak, it just gets worse. But now, if you think that we're just going to leave off on that, you're wrong. Because this has to be juxtaposed with him actually speaking to a woman for like the first time in his life. Okay? And a lot of you have seen this clip before, but that doesn't mean that you don't want to see it again. And for the new frogs who haven't gotten a taste of this, let me tell you, you're in for a real treat. Do we have to? Yes, you're in for a real treat.
I mean, I dare say, from my understanding of many of your viewpoints, you also promote like the way of interacting with women. And I go, have you been in a relationship with a woman?
No.
So how are you telling other people how to behave towards women when you yourself have not had any actual physical, interaction with them in a romantic capacity, or in fact, in any capacity where you uphold them in a way that treats them with respect? I mean, if you're out here arguing that women are basically half the value of, well, I'm not going to put words in your mouth, in fact, because that's not right. But,
Yeah, because he thinks they're actually less than half the value of men. She's like, oh, wait, I got ahead of myself. Yeah, he looked at her, he was like, oh yeah, that's too much. He's like, you dumb bitch, that's too much. What a fucking freak, dude.
But, if you are looking to some other regimes around the world that do think that women are half the value of a man, I have to question what kind of a person who's had no experience with women is in a position to basically promote these ideas.
Well, I'm having an experience with a woman right now, and I've had lots of experiences with women.
I'm experiencing a girl. I can smell you from here. I have a sister. No, you aren't, freak. Listen, lady. I know a lot about women. Okay, come on.
Women in my life, not romantically per se, but I've talked to enough women. I've been in, I've known enough women to know sort of what's going on.
Come on. You get a lot of information from women while they're running away from you. I tell you. Hey, listen. Sitting outside of the house of random women in their bushes. Let me tell you, you get a lot of information. Sitting in an unmarked car with the headlights off, parked in front of her house. You get a lot of information. Let me tell you. All right, buddy. This man is the woman understander. Just so you know, this is the leader of the bunch. They're off to great things, aren't they? Mm-hmm. Yeah, they'll really make it. That is a strong political force right there. Unbreakable even. The superior genes of the Aryan race fully on display right there. I'll tell you what. Come here. Oh. Hi. Oh, sorry. I didn't see you there. If you're enjoying the content, hit the subscribe button. If you don't, it'll make Boo very sad. I know a bunch of you who are watching are not subscribed. Join the frenzy. You won't regret it. Thank you, Boo.